This video looks a little different from the normal content that's on the channel. So today we're diving back into my Sand and Fog Fragrance Perfume Oil Vault. I did a video not too long ago kind of talking about all of the perfume oils that were in my Sand and Fog collection. I wanted to do an updated video to let you know that my collection has actually grown significantly. So the last time I did a video, I had about 11 Sand and Fog perfume oils. Now I have about 21 different fragrances in the Sand and Fog perfume oil collection. But technically what's here in front of you is 22 bottles because I accidentally bought 2. You can see if you can try to spot which 2 are the same fragrance. So I want to definitely show you guys the type of fragrance oils that I typically lean toward. I would say just overall, as an overall overview, my type is more of the warm, the sweet, cozy, definitely very feminine type fragrance oils. And I love a fragrance oil that I can layer with other perfumes that I have in just my overall perfume collection. In my first video that I did on my Sand and Fog perfume oils, and I will link that here now if you want to go back and watch that first before you get into this video, I shared some of the layering combinations that I have, the way that I use the fragrances as part of my everyday routine. And today we're just going to take an updated look at the collection, the scent families that I reach for the most, and as well as the 6 bottles that I typically have really used since owning these perfume oils over the past year or so. So here's what's currently in my Sand and Fog collection. We've got coconut cream, Fleur de Vanille, strawberry shake, cherry kiss, vanilla cake, coastal cashmere, love potion, jasmine and cedarwood, bloom, strawberry spritz, vanilla sugar, vanilla musk, vanilla and amber, pistachio dream, spa day, innocence, velvet blossom, cinnamon reserve, violet sandalwood, amber bloom, and cherry silk. And again, vanilla cake has a backup because apparently 1 bottle clearly wasn't enough. All right, so let's start with the part of my collection that probably surprises no one after hearing the types of perfume oils that I have in my collection. The Gourmands. What is a Gourmand, you say? Gourmands are like scents that are inspired by some type of edible element, okay? So the first one we're gonna dive into, and it's actually one of my favorites, is the Pistachio Dream. It's probably the favorite perfume oil that I actually have. You'll notice, if you can see in the bottle, I've used up the majority of the perfume oil in this bottle. It has that sweet, kind of nutty, creamy profile that feels very comforting, but it's still elevated, right? So I can wear it, you know, to work or something of a little bit more of an elevated experience. It's just one of those fragrances that makes you want to keep smelling your wrist. You know how you put something on and you're like, oh, that smells good. Maybe you smell it again. The Pistachio Dream is definitely one of those. For me, it just makes me smell delicious. It works beautifully like by itself, or paired. Like a lot of times I'll do a layering where I'll put the oil on first after I lotion for the day, and then I will layer with some type of perfume. So a lot of times I wear this with the pistachio gelato from Kayali, or I may layer it with a Valentino perfume that I have as well too. It layers very well with a vanilla fragrance. Fragrances that have either almond notes, marshmallow scents, or even just a soft like floral perfume if you want to make it feel like you're really grown and sophisticated. All right, the other one, vanilla cake, the one that I have two of, is exactly what the name suggests. It's very warm, it's very sweet, it's like bakery style comfort. It's very buttery, it's cozy, it's soft, it's creamy vanilla, and it makes it feel like perfect. I would say even for like cooler weather, like kind of like sweater weather type stuff. Staying in, you know, where you want to be cozy. You may want to use this for like a date night or a day you want to feel like you're like wrapped in something super sweet, super cozy. Coconut cream gives me also another like warm weather gourmand. It's creamy, it's tropical, it's soft, it's very feminine. This is the one I reach for when I want something that feels like a vacation, which without being like over beachy or not feeling like sunscreen. Nobody wants to smell like sunscreen because sunscreen doesn't smell good, but just, you know, something that makes you feel like a lot more warmer weather. And then of course there's vanilla sugar. This is also one of my favorites that I use a lot. It's very sweet, it's very easy, it's a very good layering oil, and I use it when I want to add just more warmth or more softness or just a little bit of extra sweetness to whatever I put on, whatever I'm wearing there. And then the last one is this like strawberry shake. This one too is, again, another just gourmand. It's another warm. This one is definitely a lot more fruity, I would say. And so if you tend to be more of a fruity person versus a vanilla, I would definitely kind of lean toward that. Now, I have to talk about the vanillas because you can really tell that that particular note really shines in my Sand and Fog collection. Vanilla musk is the first one I want to kind of discuss. This is one of my most used oils. It has a sweet, soft, musky vanilla character that makes it one of the easiest ones for me to layer this with perfumes in my perfume fragrance vault that I have. This is an oil that I reach for when a perfume is very beautiful, but it just needs a little bit more warmth. Or I may pair it with a type of woody type perfume as well too. If I want to make a floral scent like a little bit more creamier, I'll reach for this one. Or if I want to just add a cozy base to something that I'm wearing without changing the personality too much of the perfume or the fragrance, this is a go-to. Vanilla sugar is similar in the sense that it's easy to layer, but it gives more of a sweet, comforting, like vanilla energy. And you can tell from the name, like vanilla sugar versus musk, right? That musk is gonna be a little bit more warmer. It's gonna be a scent that kind of sits a little bit more versus that sugar is gonna be a lot more sweeter. Then you got vanilla and amber. This is also deep, right? It's a deeper, warmer, more like, I would say this is more an evening type layering combo. So if I were kind of to rank them like sweet to not as sweet, you obviously have your vanilla sugar, your vanilla musk, and then your vanilla amber. And then obviously where we think where vanilla cake would fall would be somewhere here in the mix. So this vanilla amber is just going to give you more of something that you want a little bit more sultry like, and less, playful. So my advice for anyone that is building out their perfume oil collection, particularly the Sand and Fog one, is to choose one of the vanillas that you actually love. A good vanilla is a good foundation to have in your fragrance combination. Okay, now let's get into the real stars of my collection from a perfume oil standpoint. These are the perfume oils that I reach for the most. We've already talked about a few of these, and then there's some new players that are here up on the screen. So Pistachio Dream is absolutely the top one on my list. It is sweet, it's creamy, it's nutty, it's comforting. It gives me that soft gourmand moment like we talked about earlier without feeling like I'm wearing a dessert. It's not like I'm wearing something crazy sweet. I love this for everyday wear. I will wear this to work. I wore this to work today. I'll wear it for errands, casual outings, especially when I want to layer with like a vanilla or more of a marshmallow forward fragrance. So that's what I wear, even if I don't mind being a little bit more on the sweeter side. And like I mentioned earlier, I pair this very well with the Kayali Pistachio. I think it's Pistachio Gelato perfume. Jasmine and cedarwood is also one of those oils that immediately makes me feel just, you know, like I got my stuff together, right? It's more elevated. It's one of the more sweeter gourmands. Obviously the jasmine, the cedarwood is what also just gives it that warm, musky kind of feel. It makes it have a little bit more of like a florally wood energy. It's perfect for like dinner, a professional setting, or a day where I want to really smell like expensive or very polished. This particular fragrance oil is likened to the Baccarat Rouge 540. I do think it does have similar notes in it. It has a lot of characteristics that that particular perfume has. I have layered the two together. I would say Baccarat doesn't work as well with my scent profile. It doesn't give as much of a throw for me as it does for others, but I do see the similarities, and I have gotten compliments when I've worn this by itself or paired it with the Baccarat 540 as well. Vanilla sugar is always in rotation because it's just easy to reach for. Like we talked about, it's sweet, it's soft, it's versatile. I wear it alone when I want something simple, like a simple just vanilla moment, but I also use it as a layering oil constantly with some of my more fruity perfumes, my more floral perfumes, gourmands. And then like I mentioned before, you can pair some of these vanillas that I have with a wood, right? So I really like Fleur's perfume, the Somebody Wood, and I will pair that with some vanillas that I have in my collection to just kind of balance that out as well and make me feel like I just have a really good combo where I'm not too woody. I have a nice balance. Another one in that list is that Vanilla Musk here. It's one of my go-to like layering, what I would call MVPs. Like this is one of my goats. When I don't know what to pair with a perfume, I can reach for the Vanilla Musk, right? Like I mentioned, the sugar is a little bit more sweeter. The musk is kind of like that in between. And then that amber, vanilla and amber goes a little bit more on the more woodier side. But it gives, this Vanilla Musk just gives my fragrances a warm, soft, musky vanilla base. This is where I would recommend you using this in your fragrance wardrobe if you want an oil that can support a lot of different perfumes in your particular collection. Coastal Cashmere. So we haven't talked about this one before, but this is a beautiful warm weather favorite. It's soft, it's creamy, it's really airy. You know, you can hear that from the name Coastal Cashmere. It just reminds me of being out on a beach with a rocky kind of area with a nice house kind of hanging off a cliff. But it's, you know, still sun warm drenched, you know, but it feels polished and it feels still very feminine. It's a great option for like spring and summer because it gives you the warmth of like a coconut and sandalwood without it being like too heavy. So if you're a woody girl like me, but you don't want to be like overly woody, Coastal Cashmere may be that good balance because it still keeps you fresh, but also gives you that kind of woody base. And then the last one in this group is Bloom. It's one of my favorite when I want to be a little bit more florally. So a lot of times you'll go florally if you want to be more soft, you want to be more feminine, you want something a little bit more sweeter, but clean. Bloom, you know, I don't want to, it's not overly fruity where you don't smell clean. It's a beautiful scent, and it's actually beautiful if you layer the Bloom and the Vanilla Musk or Vanilla Sugar together. That gives you a pretty beautiful like warm finish. I also have to mention a few that I enjoy reaching for, just kind of depending on the mood that I'm in. So like Cherry Kiss and Cherry Silk are for the cherry fragrance lovers. They're playful, they're sweet, they're great for adding something fun to a fragrance combination. I've paired this also like with Strawberry Letter from Fleur as well, just kind of mixing something sweets with sweets here. So these are definitely really good. The Amber Bloom is a little bit more of the romantic side. It's a little mysterious. It's a good option for when you want something floral but very deep, right? It has that amber in it, so deeper, warmer, more like, I would wear this more in the evening time. Violet Sandalwood gives me a more refined look, something like florally and woody at the moment. It's something I reach for when I want to be more elegant, not necessarily like Gourmand. So it has a little bit more of that kind of woody feel in it. And I just smelled it just now, and it definitely gives me the more woody feel than the more sweet side. So the sandalwood really stands out in that. And then Spa Day, it is what it is. When you think of Spa Day, you think of like, you know, what is that candle from Bath & Body Works, like Laundry Day or something like that. But when you want to be just fresh, clean, like perfect, like you just stepped out of the shower, you just did your self-care routine, yeah, this is Spa Day. Spa Day is going to give you just a real clean scent when you just want to smell perfect, like you just, you know, have done your facial lotion for the day and you're ready to tackle the day just smelling very fresh and renewed. So when you want to layer, what do I typically do? I would just definitely encourage you, obviously, to try different ones based on your budget. Like when I purchased these from TJ Maxx and Marshalls, they range about $17 for the bottles at their locations. Obviously with TJ Maxx and Marshalls, they are hit or miss, right? So you're not gonna have these just up on display. But if there's a particular perfume oil that really caught your eye from my video, I would suggest going out to the Sand & Fog website and ordering it directly from there. They are more expensive there. I think they're roughly about $25 on the Sand & Fog website, but you're definitely guaranteed to get one of the ones that you particularly like. But if you want to just kind of glance around TJ Maxx and Marshalls, you can definitely look up when they typically do restocks, and they are still coming out with way more perfume oils than I have in my collection. But how I typically wear these is, my biggest tip to everybody is just to start light. You can just apply a small amount of oil onto, you know, the area that you want the oil to be on. And then I would let the oil just kind of sit for a minute. And then after you've let it sit, after you've let the notes try to you know, come out of the perfume or let it just develop over time, I would apply your perfume oil. And then that way you can determine if you want to apply more. But you know, see how I'm letting it sit, and then I let it just kind of, you know, the perfume oil just start to develop, as you see on the site when they talk about the first notes, the second notes, the third notes, and just see what you like about it. And that will give you a sense of what type of perfume you may want to layer onto any particular fragrance. All right, y'all. So this kind of wraps up my updated Sand & Fog fragrance collection or perfume oil collection video. As you can tell, I have a lot of gourmands. I love vanillas and just things that have a whole lot of layering potential. My most used oils, we covered up many of these, like this pistachio dream here, this jasmine cedarwood here. We've got the vanilla sugar, the vanilla musk as well, coastal cashmere, and then we have the bloom as well, are some of my favorites to layer. So, but I'm curious, have you tried Sand & Fog perfume oils? And if you have, what's your favorite scent and what's your favorite like layering combo? Leave it in the comments, and clearly I'm always open to adding just one more fragrance oil to my collection. This is not the end, right? My goal is not necessarily to collect them all, because there, as you may have noticed, I don't like a lot of citrus stuff, and so that's not going to be in my collection. Anyway, this is a long video, and I appreciate you watching. If you're here till the end, be sure to like this video, subscribe to Seasons by Summer, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss more fragrance or planning or a little bit of lifestyle content as well. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.